Hello, and welcome. Let's get cooking. Heading our way to Hellas here to get a quick solo in. I mean, are we going Jovians or are we going Earth? I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a single Jovian prelude or card. I also don't have any Earth tags, but Terractor at least starts with $60. There is some Venus here. There's no steel production. I don't want to do this. Let's forfeit. It's fine. It was an okay run. I mean, look, you had to hold on to some steel, play the big old Earth elevator, and then just run it from there. But what if instead? Wow, Media Group, Giant Ice Asteroid Virus. There's a lot here, actually. Damn. I could go Pharma Union. Pharma Union is a very interesting corp where you lose money by playing microbe cards. But, we could play microbe cards to hurt ourselves on purpose, and that could be fun. And then what could be really fun about that is that we could then play Research, Restricted Area, and some other cards to get the TR from it. I might even bring Virus and Nitrite Producing Bacteria and really try and cripple ourselves. You know what, I'll even take a Jovian Infrastructure card just so I don't complain about it later. And yeah, we're gonna lose a ton of money and it's gonna be great, but we're gonna get TR, which is also kind of funny. So we have 3 plagues on our card. Oh wow, we got Development Center. What a great draw. So every science tag I play right now gives us some TR. So I could play Research, I could play Restricted Area and start drawing some cards. I do have a little bit of income. I can play Media Group into something else as well. The thing that I really want to do is find myself in a situation where I'm basically broke and then I play a microbe card so that the $4 I lose is like nothing, and then I just have more chances to get what I really want, which is the TR from playing the science tags. Allow me to play the Research. Bing, bing, that's 2 TR. Wow, we got Trans-Neptune Probe and Business Contacts. I was hoping to get a card worth selling so I could play Nitrate Reducing Bacteria. Certainly without Media Group, I'm not going to play Virus or anything else. I could get another TR just for having played Trans-Neptune Probe. It's really a slow engine build, but let's do that. It's okay. And now we have to play some microbe cards to hurt ourselves again. Let's, while we're here, take a Heat Bump and get us close to this heat production. Another microbe card. You know I'm into that. You can store microbes as well. And then we'll just let go. Like, we are trying to make sure that the plague spreads as much as possible so that we can get as much credit as possible for curing it, because we're the good guys. So Nitrate Producing Bacteria, that costs us some extra money. Then I'd play something like Media Group. Oh, they won't let me play Virus. Why won't they let me play Virus? That's wrong. If any microbe was tagged, including these, lose 4 as much as possible. I kind of want to sell a card to make sure that it's not a bug, but like, the way that this should resolve is that I play it, I attack, I trigger the tag, or actually I could trigger the tag first technically, lose no money because I paid the $1, and then resolve the fact that it's a card and an event and get $3 back, and I should have a profit and a plague cube. Instead, the game is broken because they decided to update it in a way that is inconsistent with how the rules are meant to play, which is unfortunate, and we're not a big fan of that. Do I have any energy tags? No. Do I have Venus infrastructure? Yes. Is anything else worthwhile? No. So they're really not going to let me play cards. That sucks. Well, I still want to play the virus. Killing animals from no one. A development center for more card draw seems reasonable. I mean, again, like, Extremophiles... Like, I should be able to play business contacts. Choose some cards here. Look, more microbes. Isn't that funny? And then... Oh, now it works. Now I can play this card for some reason. And again, it should cost me $3, but then I don't pay the extra $4, and I get an extra thing here. And then I can start putting microbes on nitrate-producing bacteria, and I can get even more TR here. I mean, we're only at 5 TR over the baseline, but this is okay. It's like, it's heading in a very interesting way. And that's honestly what I care most about. Let's take an ocean from the government. 25 TR should be easy. A little bit of steel production should be nice. I already have a 1-point animal if I need it. Draw a card. Get a microbe. Extreme cold fungus isn't even that bad. Get a TR. And I actually have the perfect amount of cash to do both again. The only thing I would do instead is consider playing dirigibles, because dirigibles is $3 per turn towards getting the rest of my Venus stuff online. I thought I took another Venus card, but I must be mistaken. 25 TR should come up quickly. I'm just going to buy the mine and the extreme cold fungus, because again, it brings me down to $0 and I don't have to pay for the Pharma Union thing. And then, yeah, we just need to keep finding science tags, or I might never cure the plague. What I would love to get, look at this, 6 microbe tags. I would love to get something like worms. That would give us so much plant income. But what I need to do is get to 4% oxygen. So if I do get lucky and find worms, I'm actually in a position where I might be able to play it in the first 8 gens. Could you imagine? How are we doing? It is time for the audit. We have 6 TR over the baseline and 4 production. That's only $10 coming in. 2 in metal, which is pretty sad. I do have Media Group and a lot of upside in terms of my like microbe and TR generation. I mean, I have 3 TR banked, but like economically we're very weak. In terms of terraforming, we have like no heat. We're using our energy. A single token plant income is okay. With very few terraforming prospects other than a big asteroid. So like, I would say that we're in a terrible situation, but we're having fun, right? We made a plague that's a little bit too big to handle, and we're just hoping to get lucky. Local shading is like okay, but at this point it's just a distraction, I think. So let's go ahead and draw a card. The card draw is nice. Convoy from Europa is an event, so we'll get money back on it. I think the first thing to do is we just keep getting our TR every generation. I mean, getting to 63 TR should be trivial. This is an event. I'm just trying to find a way that I can like get these 2 oceans. Because like, if I play Convoy from Europa, it's an event. It gives me the 2 plants. The 2 plants gives me the greenery. The greenery gives me the money back. Now if I play Restricted Area, I don't have enough to claim this ocean and put it next door, so I'm not gonna. So instead, ooh, we got an ice cap melting. That's good for the late game. Let's play dirigibles and start getting some floaters to help pay for Jetstream microscrapers. I'd love to get a titanium production online so I can actually fund that project, even though dirigibles should load it up most of the time. Just things to keep in mind. I really don't need more microbe cards. Luna Metropolis, I have 2 Earth tags. Don't plan on getting more. Let's not get distracted. Let's just play this, and I'll even grab an open city just for the very late game if we get to a point where we can go for extra cards. Forced precipitation, I mean, It's there. It exists. Not sure I love it. At least right now I can just focus on playing my my science. So let's play restricted area down here. Go pick up an ocean. That gets us another TR. Ooh, terraforming contract. The problem is I need to buy a card for $2. But hey, we bought a card that is absolute trash. So I consider this me paying $1 to get underground detonations out of the deck. And now I can play terraforming contract. I mean, that's 4 income. That's no joke. I really need some heat, though. There's part of me that's thinking I need to just save up for Giant Ice Asteroid so that we can get things moving. We're very close on getting to 4% oxygen. If I needed to, I could play imported nutrients, which would be a pretty lame way of getting there, but I could. So let's push Venus, and if we get worms, which we didn't, that's what I would have gone for. Ishtar Mining might be valuable. It is the titanium production that I've been asking for. Let's buy another card. Discount. We don't mind a discount, especially when we have extra money from events. Another card. Acquired company. Probably not worth it at this point, I would argue. Without having titanium, I don't want to buy you. I'm not going to pick any up really quickly. I could play Ecological Zone to get that extra oxygen right now, but that's also not super worthwhile. I have, like, no building tags, unfortunately, but this is still a science. I don't have meat industry, which makes me sad. None of this uses microbes, so I can go ahead and do these microbe placements. Keep pushing this TR. I mean, I could still grab acquired company. If everything else is so weak, then you play this. You grab the acquired... Ooh, you grab Giant Ice Asteroid. Yeah, that's what you do. That works out really well. It gets us our first little bits of heat. It gets us some plants. I mean, that's pretty good, I have to say. Forced precipitation is worthwhile. We can dirigibles onto it. I could acquired company, but I could also just buy a floater and then use my steel to get this med lab, which again gets us another TR. We have 2 more science sites to go, and we can kill our corp and get a big TR boost, which would be nice. Time to get a little bit more Venus help. I mean, look, we have 2 card draw per turn. I feel like we should be finding better cards. There we go. That's worthwhile. I don't really need this, so I'm not going to. Usually I grab that card and then I complain later on that it was a mistake. So let's just skip that step this time. What's that? I'm learning? Who knew? Get a quick space discount. That makes this playable. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking I could get $3 off by dirigibles, but I may as well just keep forced precipitation going. Save myself an action and $2. I really could stop loading up microbes on that card if I wanted to take a plant instead. But for now, I'm just going to keep hedging that nitrate should keep some microbes on it. The next thing to talk about, too, is I just picked up Solar Wind. So if I play that, I'll be down to 1, and I can think about curing the disease, which is interesting. I also didn't get enough money to play Ishtar Mining, even if I had saved $3 with dirigibles. So Jetstream Microscrapers is still not super viable. I would have needed to play it this turn to load it and then use it on turn 10 and then load it on 11 and then use it on turn 12. So I'm not sure what we can do with that card now. It's a bit late. Deimos Down helps with the heat, which we need a lot of. Industrial Microbes is really interesting because it could keep my science tag thing going, but I really don't want to need more science tags at this point. I'm fearing that I might not resolve the situation in terms of what I need. I, though, have been underestimating. I can use Jetstream Microscrapers because I get the 2 titanium back from Solar Wind Power. And that is worth. That means I get to use it twice. I do have to use some titanium to do it, but like 2 procs is still good. Means I have 2 bits of infrastructure that should each give me 2 bumps. And then I don't know how we'll get the rest. I mean, Ishtar Mining is still $9 back over the course of the game. I don't have enough energy for Ore Processor to be relevant. I could get a little bit more energy from Wave Power. Just all of it seems middling in terms of impact, which is not a good position to be in. Whatever, give me my energy. I should have played a mining expedition first, because then I would have got money back on the event. But we need a lot of terraforming. I mean, it's Gen 10. It's time to start terraforming like crazy, and our heat track is just so far behind. Thankfully, Shuttles gives us something to do, and this basically finishes off our Venus track, which is nice. So, we're in good company on a few things here. Space Inns is very late. I would have played Space Hotels not too long ago, but certainly not now. Let's do our big asteroid, get some money back, get some heat bumps, get some titanium. Oh, I meant to play Shuttles first. Well, I'm still going to play Shuttles because I still have space stuff I want to play. I don't have to play Orbital Reflectors. It looks like I'm on a break point for getting enough heat for a heat bump next gen. But I can play Deimos Down the next gen unless I need something for that steel, and I really don't. So, sure. So load up Force Precipitation, and that's going to cost me $2 extra, but I'll be able to use it in gens 11 and 12. You get loaded up on 11 and then used on 12, so that's fine. No microbes to help with terraforming, unfortunately, because I was hoping to use imported nutrients to bridge that gap. I may as well use this event. I mean, it's fine. I could lose the heat after having just gained it, but that seems like a very poor decision. I need one more science tag to fulfill my corporation, which I could have done on the very first turn. It's probably more competitive to do so, right? Like, instead of trying to grind out one TR at a time, you just, in the very first gen, cleanse your 2 TR here and then flip your card. That gives you 5 TR in the very first generation for only 3 science tags. And then you don't have to worry about playing microbe tags, and you don't have to worry about getting value out of everything. Let's go ahead and get one more ocean, because we're also low on oceans here. I have steel, so I'll buy this. I might even buy a city, but that seems dumb. I could have CEO's favorite project for Pharma Union, but it's pointless now. I could CEO's favorite project because I get money back on Olympus Conference. That's an extra card draw. This does solve my my plague, so that's the big boom. Then, while it has a resource on it, I'm going to double it. So the next 2 science cards give me benefits. Molehole Lake, I mean, it's an ocean. I could play it. It probably will. It gives us enough back. Force Precipitation. Let's make sure I use up this titanium before I accidentally spend it somewhere. Yeah, Mohole Lake, ecological zone, they work together. The only other thing is that, like, well, this is good money. I could play ecological zone now, or I could just skip straight to livestock. I don't know. Well, if I get a microbe card, then that's fine. This may as well give me a plant, because this already has enough microbes for the last gen, so it's pointless to give it any more. And then, yeah. Fine. Ecological zone. Get me some money, get me some plants. Greenery for the oxygen. Livestock, because we do need to score some points this game. If I only had meat industry, though, that would have been $10 back on all those procs. I have a lot of cards I can sell, but not a lot to do with that money, because I didn't play Deimos Down yet to close the gap on where the heat is. We need so much of everything right now. The only thing we have going for us is the fact that we already have 60 TR. And we have some Venus infrastructure. But like Psychrophiles, had we gotten Psychrophiles at the start of the game, even Archaeobacteria, like I would have been so down. But all of these like terraforming production cards, as expected, just come at the end of the game for like no reason. Let's do some Venus bumping. There's no cards that get disqualified this high up on the track, but we should grab our cards. Subcrust, woohoo. IO mining. Definitely the cards you want to see when the game is borderline over. At least the two oceans are like accounted for. The only thing that's tricky is I want to use Deimos Down to get closer, to place things near. And that's not looking very feasible. Like I could put it here for a little bit of money, but I think it's better to just get maybe a card and $2. I don't know. I mean, I could use the steel on more card draw with like Subcrust, but like it is 2 cards. It's only half off though. Like, this is really quite terrible. I was really hoping that we would find science tags for Olympus Conference, but this seems like a waste in a way. I don't know. Let's standard project, get this ocean and get a little bit more money, perhaps. The capital? I mean, dude, the hell. So one more heat bump and then the event for the last ocean. What's crazy is I did get ants, so had I like saved my money, I could have, or saved that event that gives me 4 microbes. I could have got a lot of points on ants. As it stands now, I just need so much of everything that I don't know what's worth considering doing. Like with $38, I'm not going to make a big headway on anything. I've already beaten the only thing I think I can do, which is the 63 TR. So give me a couple card draws here. I mean, honestly, it already paid for itself in the fact that it gave us Hydrogen to Venus. I don't know that I have any building tags that are going to benefit me in any way. Genuinely. A single mine, a med lab. It is another card draw. That's the only reason I'm even looking at it. This Venus bump is cheap, though. Sucks that I didn't get to even 12 oxygen. I would have liked to play that city. Mohole Lake onto livestock. And then livestock. It also hurts that I'm one animal off ecological zone. Like, I never picked up another plant tag worth playing. I know I sold farming, but guess I should have kept it. I can't pick up enough heat for another heat bump. I mean, this is life, man. Extremophiles, you can get a point. There you go. So this is a huge loss, but I mean, we got a lot of TR. We knew we were in trouble in the Gen 4 audit when our income was so low, but at least, again, it was fun to chase all the microbe stuff. It's weird that we had that bug with the playing the event, the virus, early on when I only had $1, and it was highlighting properly what resources people had to attack, but I couldn't play the card for who knows why. It was very strange. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.